Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this special edition of In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. Joining me today is T. Will, my partner in crime, and we also got
What's
Timothy
going on?
Burrell. He's a native Memphian, but he lives in Houston now. But we ain't gonna hold that against him. How
That's
y'all
right.
doing today?
Good- All right. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
I'm doing fine. I'm doing great.
All right, today we doing a special segment because we want to get some NBA talk in. NBA just had their draft lottery, and we just gonna go over the teams that go over the order and who we think they should draft with these picks. As everyone know by now, I'm sure that Minnesota got the top pick, followed by Golden State, Charlotte, then we got Chicago, and then Cleveland. So. I'm gonna start it off, and I'm gonna just say I'm gonna go down my list, and I ain't gonna give my reasons why. I'm just gonna go down the list. I think Minnesota should get Anthony Edwards with the top pick. I think Golden State should follow that up with Memphian, James Wiseman. Charlotte, I think LaMelo Ball would be the perfect fit for that organization. I think matching him up with Michael Jordan would be a good thing. Uh, at number four, Chicago should get this foreign guy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. It's Denny Avija. I looked him up. The kid can play. I hadn't heard of him until now, but I looked up some clips. The guy can play. And then I think Cleveland, based on what they need, and based on who probably the next top player, I think they should get Obi Toppin, the big man from Dayton. So what y'all guys think about that? Tim, what
Well,
you think?
mine is pretty similar to yours, except for the last two. But mine would be Minnesota with the same with the kid from Georgia, Edwards. Uh, now Golden State, I believe Washington they need a big man, a five that can run to the rim and play block shots and all that. Charlotte, I'm down with Ball myself, but I got Chicago taking Obi Toppin from a Dayton, and I have Cleveland taking the kid from Israel, Denny Algie. But I mean, it's a possibility that Golden State might try because they're trying to win now. Let's trade out of that second pick. They get the right piece, but I mean, your top five, my top five are them almost the same, except for the four and five.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I mean, Golden State they saying trade, but Wiseman to me is that's like one of those generational picks. What you say, Terry?
Man, Golden State ain't no fool. Golden State is gonna get Wiseman, man. Let's stop playing games. They're gonna get Wiseman. I also agree with your picks. Mine is exactly like yours, D. Um, the only thing about it is I'm just concerned of how these teams are going to affect these actual players because it starts from the beginning, the top down, as far as the organization. You know, a lot of times it can hurt these kids. Minnesota, I mean, they're a jinx waiting to happen. This kid out of Georgia, he's a talented guy, but I'm just scared that Minnesota is going to ruin the guy. But the biggest winner of all this is the Golden State Warriors, who uh, have won two, three championships in the last 5 years. Um, was riddled with injuries last year. Ended up getting a lottery pick, and now have the chance to get Wiseman. Can you imagine Wiseman with Steph and Clay? And I think they got Wiggins. Man, it's just too much talent. There's no way they're going to trade that pick. Now, I feel that they're probably going to trade Wiggins. They can't keep all those guys. So, some kind of way they're going to change. I think they'll trade Wiggins to get something else to go along with it. But they'll be a fool to let Wiseman get past them.
If you think about it, it's basically history repeating itself because San Antonio went through the same deal, 15 years ago when they had David Robinson got injured, got a lottery pick, and got Tim Duncan. So
Yeah.
it's history repeating itself, over again. So if they take Wiseman, he could be that type of player for them.
I don't think the Wiggins thing trading him would be the best thing that they could do. I think he
Yeah.
is I think he was overrated coming in. He proved it in Minnesota. He a
No,
bargaining chip
Daryl.
now. He's what you call potential.
Quit hating, Daryl.
He's
Quit hating, Daryl.
he is
He was
potential.
cursed by he was cursed by going over there to Minnesota, man. Minnesota's horrible.
Okay, so
Minnesota's horrible. They're horrible.
what
From the owner, from the GM, all the way down to the coach, they are horrible.
what did he
I
do?
mean, they.
What did he do while the
Uh,
season was going on?
well, let me
Nothing.
ask you a question. So, Jimmy Butler. What? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was Jimmy Butler over there
Jimmy Butler played
in
hard every
Minnesota?
game. Yeah, he was there. He
Okay.
put,
Is he there now?
he's not there now, no. But
Okay.
he left on his
Wiggins.
own. He didn't get traded or
Wiggins
nothing.
was there. And look at Towns. They wasting. I mean, you got a big guy, 7 foot tall. He takes more 3 pointers and outside shots than being down there in that paint, man. It's coaching, it's GM, it's philosophy, it's all that stuff, man. That's just a bad situation for any player coming out of college right now. Is to choose the Minnesota
Well, let me
Timberwolves.
ask you this. You say it's coaching. Didn't Tim
No, I said it's
Thibodeau
all the way down.
okay, but didn't Tim Thibodeau just get another coaching job? So evidently he gotta be some type of decent coach.
Tim who? Tim who?
Thibodeau.
No, I mean,
Who?
he got the job in New York, but a lot of these
Hey,
jobs,
Tim.
Daryl and Terry, I mean,
Tell him,
they
Tim.
give
TV, tell him.
they keep recycling these coaches to these bottom feeder teams. I mean, I don't know about that. I don't think that argument for Thibodeau. I just think that the ownership in Minnesota. You see what they did to KG. It's same ownership.
Yeah,
I mean, he
exactly.
gave his heart and soul.
No, I mean
They shipped him.
I ain't saying that
So
I ain't saying that they're a class organization like the Lakers or none. I'm just saying at some point, even in college, if you look back at Wiggins in college, they drafted him because of his potential. They didn't draft him because he was an outstanding player. It was all based on potential because he didn't show up in college some games. And
And,
that's
and
his
you're right,
and that's his MO.
but at the same time, they didn't fulfill his potential. Yeah, they drafted him on potential,
He
but
didn't fulfill it.
they didn't help him at all.
He didn't fulfill
They
it.
didn't
How they
help
did
him at
I
all.
mean, you got Cat, you got other players on the team. I mean, they had a squad when Jimmy Butler was there. But like Jimmy Butler said,
And
these
but
guys don't
what did
want to
they
put
do?
in work. Jimmy Butler even said they don't want to put in work.
Okay,
That's
well,
why
I
he
agree with
left.
that, but it's still that furthers my point. It goes from the leadership down, man.
Okay,
Don't nobody want to play there.
okay.
Don't nobody want to play there.
Will we agree that Golden State got good leadership, a good organization?
yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
So
yeah.
so if Wiggins so good, why would he be a bargaining chip?
Well, I
Daryl.
think the reason why Golden State has Wiggins is I think Russell's injury history kind of scared them because they had Russell first.
And
They traded up for
they
Wiggins
knew they
because
weren't gonna
Russell
keep
injured.
him.
Huh?
And they knew they weren't gonna keep
Yes,
him.
right. So Wiggins was under contract for a little longer than Russell was.
And they knew they
But
weren't gonna keep
I mean,
him.
I don't think they sold on either one of them. They sold on Steph and Clay and Draymond. So to me, the best piece for Golden State was the kid from Georgia is what they need because Steph and Clay. I'm not saying they're injury prone, but you see what happens when they have injury. They're in the lottery now. So you got to prepare yourself. And the NBA is a three guard league anyway. So I mean, I think if they could get if Wiseman goes one, Golden State would probably be so happy to get another wing shooter scorer that could be maybe the next Dwayne Wade. I mean, I'm all
TV,
in on that.
TV. If they did that, they'd get killed. Over there in that West, they'll get killed.
Too small.
That's too small, dude. That's too small. You got Steph and Clay, and I sort of disagree with you about the injuries. I mean, they're two tough guys. Last year was just one of those years where, I mean, injuries just hit them all over the place, even Draymond and all that. But for the most part,
Steph
Clay
stay hurt.
and Steph are pretty,
Not Steph.
durable. So,
They're
Not
doing,
Steph.
they're doing.
Clay
well,
durable, but
well,
not
come on.
Steph. Steph don't have ankle problems ever since he been in the league.
Yeah, but this guy from Georgia is a shooting guard. So who plays shooting guard for Golden State right now?
Clay. When they come
Okay,
back next year, it'll
so
probably be Clay. So
if, if okay, so if Clay is a shooting guard, why would they need that boy from Georgia?
I
But
wouldn't.
Terry, but you got to think about it. Wiggins, what's Wiggins, 6'7"? The kid from Georgia,
Yeah,
6'5". I mean, we talking about, we talking about a couple inches here, but they gonna play three shooters. I don't care who on the floor.
And the guy
Golden
from
State gonna
Georgia,
have.
the guy from Georgia do got a,
I just think
a, a
Georgia
long wingspan and all of that too.
play.
So
When he from the South, man, he got to be a
well,
player.
well, but the thing is, look at it. Minnesota is drafting first, so they're getting the boy from Georgia. You can put that in the books. They're not going to get Wiseman
and you know
over
why?
there with Town
And you know
with
why?
Towns. So
But we've talked about Minnesota's their ownership. It ain't what we just said that they're not up to par. So they may take LaMelo Ball, the Ball kid, and mess everything up. You
Oh,
don't know what they're gonna do. Ownership ain't
I
right.
tell you what,
that'll be
if they
ugly.
do that,
I
man,
wouldn't think
look,
that Russell.
if they
Go ahead, Terry.
go ahead,
Go ahead, Terry.
if they did that, man, that's got to be the stupidest thing I ever heard. If that Ball kid goes number one, man, I'm done.
It's all
My
about.
career is over with after two shows. I don't even want to talk no more.
It's just like with him going to Charlotte to me. It's not about how good he is. It's about how much they could market him. But I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think uh, Edwards ain't a good fit for. He ain't a good fit for Golden State because I think they'll have too many guards. Then I think the number one pick.
Yeah,
I think matching him up with D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns is the way they going
yeah,
because I think that's what they really wanted with Wiggins, but Wiggins didn't fit the bill, and I think this guy gonna come in and play hard every game and give them what they want, and I think that's gonna help improve Minnesota a lot. So I just think I just
yeah,
can't see them picking
And
nobody else.
you can look at Minnesota's roster right now. I mean, they got Russell, they got Malik Bees as a shooting guard. So Okoye, I think he played at Indiana. Then they got the power forward, and they got Carl in town. So I think that he would replace Beasley in a heartbeat as a shooting guard. So it makes sense for Minnesota to take a shooting guard at that caliber. But you know, we've seen Minnesota do some crazy stuff with ownership. You just never know what type of trigger they're gonna pull.
So
Yeah.
with us thinking that Minnesota gonna pull the trigger and get Anthony Edwards, I think we have got a consensus that James Wiseman will go second to Golden State.
yeah. He's one of those type man, like you said. He's a transitional player that he comes along once in every blue moon, man. They can't pass up on that kid, man. And I promise you, if they get him, he's my uh, front runner for rookie of the year, and I'm calling it right now because he's going to sit up there with Steph and Clay out there. They got to guard them closely up there. He's going to get a lot of one-on-one matchups, man. I can just see, dude. I can see 15 points, 10 rebounds, 2 to 3 blocks a game, dude. I'm calling it right now, man. And that's going to be the rookie of the year.
And I'll say
But
this.
the only part there, I think he is a very talented player, but he's basically come out of high school, and we all know how hard it is because he only played 6 games in Memphis,
Three.
Yeah,
and he's been training this and that. It's I don't I think Golden State I think they should take him, but I also think that if they get the right piece, that they can trade out of their second pick for a power forward that can play. I don't know who that might be. They trying to win championships now. They ain't trying to wait on Wiseman to develop because he gonna have to have time to develop.
I don't think he needs
I
time
know
to
Penn
develop.
do for him. I know everybody did they do for him, and he's 7'1". He's left-handed. He got everything that you need except for the experience. I mean, they playing Golden State playing the championship, man. They ain't playing. They ain't
Yeah,
BS. They playing the championship.
but if you can win with JaVale
dude. You
McGee,
don't. Yeah, exactly.
McGee,
If you could deal with JaVale McGee, dude, He'll be fine.
Yeah, I think he
He'll be fine.
way more advanced than JaVale McGee was. So I just feel like putting him in there and just letting him play. I mean, all they need him for is to run the floor, get some easy baskets, and to be a rim protector. And that's exactly what he can do. That's all they need.
He can do all that.
Yeah, so I mean, I
And
just
it's not going to be any extra. And it's not going to be any extra pressure on him because keep in mind he's probably going to be the number 4 option in scoring behind Draymond and Steph and Clay. So he doesn't have any pressure on him, man.
he just
He's
got
he's
he,
playing with
Yeah.
future. He's playing with future Hall of Famers, man, and he's not going to have a worry in the world, and he can just grow with them. He'll be fine. And again, you hear it here first. He will be the Rookie of the Year.
well, I think it's gonna be some steep competition for Rookie of the Year because I think that Anthony Edwards boy uh, in Minnesota, I think he gonna put up some numbers, and then if LaMelo Ball get with Charlotte, I think they gonna let him do his thing. So it might be a 3-man race for Rookie of the
Hey,
Year.
did y'all watch? Did y'all watch any Dayton games this year?
Man, yeah, I mean that guy. He all right. He do a lot of dunking and stuff. It's like he came from nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, even if it's a 4-man race for Rookie of the Year, it depends on where he end up though. He good.
I like him
But
because
you
he's
also got,
short.
but
He's
you
a
know,
3-year player. He's short. So.
yeah. But a lot of people look at Rookie of the Year just by stats. I don't do it by stats. I take into consideration the record of the team and you know and that type of thing. I just don't go for somebody playing for a sucky team and they average 20 points and all that, and that's your Rookie of the Year. That to me, that's not. It's not all about stats to me when it comes down to that award.
Ja getting it this year.
Who?
Ja
Huh?
Ja Morant.
Oh yeah, hands down. It'll be a robbery if they don't give it to that guy, man. They're trying their best, and they're trying their best. And I'm not saying that because I'm a homer here in Memphis. That guy deserves the Rookie of the Year, man. But they've been trying to keep the other guy in the race,
Zion.
man, for the longest. Yeah,
Zion.
they've been trying to. Yeah, Zion, man, and don't get me wrong, Zion is a beast, but he's been injured too much this year to even be considered for that award. So it'll be a travesty if they take that award from Morant.
I agree. Well,
I agree. Grant's a bad boy.
yeah. So pretty much we agree on not the order, but we agree on who probably gonna be the top 5, and and I really look at. I mean, you could switch it up somewhat. To me, you could switch it up a little bit, but not that much. But I think those will be the top 5 people to get drafted. So with that, let's move on to some of this NBA basketball. Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
before you get started,
Here you
I'm
go.
sitting up here looking at the game now, man. No, I'm serious. I got uh, my guy who I call a bad man, Luka Doncic. For those that don't know, just got hurt, and I think it's maybe sort of serious. Um,
Oh, that ain't
the Clippers are up like 15 points in the fourth quarter, and he hurt his ankle pretty bad. So
that ain't good for the
wishing him all the
NBA.
best and all that. So that's not good though.
Well, I mean, the Clippers came out to play tonight, and it's kind of like the Lakers lost the first game to Portland, and everybody was like, "Oh, they in trouble," and they Charles Barkley, the Portland gonna sweep them now. Same thing with the Bucks. They came out lackluster, lost the first game, and came back last night, and both teams, the Lakers and the Bucks, just spanked Orlando and spanked Portland. So now we moving into game 3, which is always a pivotal game in any series. Both series tied 1-1. I'm anticipating that the Bucks gonna do what they do and go up 2-1. I'm anticipating that the Lakers are gonna go up 2-1, especially with Dame having a little minor injury. I don't know how much that's gonna affect him. Uh, Houston, They'll probably go up 3-0. Miami, they'll probably go up 3-0. I'm gonna get you guys' take on that. But first, T. Will, what you think about how this virtual basketball stuff is going with no fans in the stand? Let me get your take on that right quick.
Man, at first when this stuff first came out, man, I'm like, who's gonna want to watch games, man, with no fans in the stand? But I've been watching these games, man, and these games have been intense. Um, it's been great, man. The way they got this virtual thing set up, man, it's exciting. It's a lot different than what I expected. I'm loving it. The guys are laying it all out on the floor for the most part. So that's going to keep our attention and all that. So I'm loving it. And again, I said on our first show, big shout out to Mr. Silva for coming up with this bubble and the way that they're doing. As of right now, knock on wood, there's still no positive test and all that. So whatever they're doing the right thing. So I hope the other leagues take a look at their blueprint and try to do it the same way because I really want some football this year, but I'm optimistic that we still can do it. Uh, but again, kudos to Mr. Silver for making the bubble exciting. The brand is still going strong and all that, so I'm loving it.
Yeah, and yeah, like we said on our first show that we broadcast, man, we ain't got none but love for Adam Silver, man. That guy came in and took over after David Stern retired, and I mean, I don't think he don't, I don't, not that I know of, I don't think he made a mistake yet. I think everything he's did has been right on point, and kudos to him. And speaking of the NFL, make sure y'all check out our second episode of the show. We're giving our NFL predictions uh, on the Dallas Cowboys, the San Francisco 49ers, which is my team, and the New York Giants, which was our special guest, Roger Boyle and Mega Boy, the Giants. And be sure you catch this show. It was a funny show. It was exciting to record. We had fun. I can't wait till y'all check it out and give us some feedback and some input on it. And just keep watching. And like I said, shoot us some comments. Let us know how we can improve the show and all of that. But now, Tim, I'm gonna come to you and just give me your input on how you think the NBA going right now.
Well, the NBA, I mean, itself, I think Adam Silver has done a great job. His blueprint is, I mean, it's a little easier because you have, 15 players on the teams. Baseball has 25, 30, and NFL has 50. But, I mean, he has turned the right pages, done the right things. So I think Adam Silver has done a great job. No cases, like I said, like Terry said, knock on wood. But just a playoff part, uh, I agree with basically your same predictions. I mean, I think Milwaukee's going to take care of Orlando. They put on that big boy pants the other day and really handed it to them. I think Miami they're just scary, man. I mean, Jimmy Butler can really change the dynamics of a team in a game. Uh, the Lakers are no dang. I mean, I've had a dislocated finger of my non-shooting hand, and I wasn't a shooter, so I can imagine. If you look at a lot of Dame tape, he does a lot of left hand dribble pull up with the right. And with that finger, and that's your index finger too. I mean, it would probably been better if it was your pinky. So I just think that that's going to be a painful injury for him to continue the streak he's been on. And then the Rockets, I mean, James Harden, one of the best players in the league, had a subpar game. They still won by 15 because he has a better surrounding cast, and they move the ball more. I mean, he still has his moments where he dribble, shoot, but they're moving the ball around. And small ball is not for everybody, but I mean, for the personnel they have to do it. I mean, they got rid of all the height, so they have to do it. So no
TV,
one
TV, stop it. TV, stop it, stop it, stop
when the
it.
Golden State was winning this same way, everybody like, man, this is redefining basketball. I mean, what's the difference? You got Clay, Iguodala,
That's a
Steph,
big difference.
Draymond,
No, how dare
Steph
you
Curry.
compare? How dare you compare Houston with Golden State? How dare you? I know that's your
Man,
city you live in, but stop it,
Golden
man.
State
Stop
was
it.
was 5 minutes from being beat by the Rockets to Chris Paul then tore his hamstring, and you know it 2 years
You
ago.
know,
So
you know,
let's don't play now.
you know the
Let's
old
don't. Hey,
you know the old saying about if. Uh, This is a
hey,
PG
I'm
show, so I'm not gonna tell you that. But you can't give up 160 points a game and expect to win no championship. You guys don't play
well.
defense.
If you look at
But they
You
actually
don't
said
know.
that
first, you have to.
they actually said today. I was looking at Sports Center or something. They actually said that Houston has picked up their defensive intensity over the last couple of games, and one of the players
You know
said
what?
that they
You're right. They don't give up. You're right, Daryl. They don't give up 160 now. They give up 155. Okay. So yeah, it's been picked up, but they
All I
still
know
giving up
is
150 points a game.
the team they're playing hadn't scored 100 yet. That's all I know. But like I said, no one, y'all. I mean, you have your favorites, I have my favorites, but I just have a feeling that small ball is not. You think that the Rockets gonna miss as many threes as the people that the Lakers are playing? I mean, Portland missed a lot of shots. They barely can score 95 points. It was 100 to 97 the first game. I mean, the Rockets going to
Who are they
score. You
playing?
got to be a score, and that's the only way
Who
they
they
can
playing,
win.
Tim?
I know. Hmm?
Who is Houston playing, Tim?
OKC.
Who?
I bet you OKC. I bet you OKC can beat Portland.
Yeah,
I bet you
it
OKC can
could.
beat Memphis.
Yeah, they
Hmm?
could.
I mean,
Yeah, they could.
Chris
But
Paul ain't.
I'm saying,
But
but don't act like that they got a very very tough matchup. You know, don't act like that.
I'm not.
Houston will
I'm
not.
not.
And look,
I'm
Houston would
saying.
win this series, and they're done. You can take that to the bank. They'll win this series, and they're done. They will not get out of the second round.
So if they get out of the second round, what you gonna do? Come on the podcast and say I apologize.
You know what? I would do that. I would do that.
Okay.
Terry. I mean, yeah, that apology that's better than the bet you made on the NFL on the prediction show.
Well, I don't want
Mm.
no bets because I'm in Houston, so I don't want any bets. I can't off me collect on that. But I just believe in. I mean, as a Rockets fan, I'm a homer for the Rockets. I just think that the small ball gives them the best chance, and it's the only unique style in the NBA right now. So
I don't think
hey,
it,
let's see if it works.
I don't think it's gonna sustain against anybody else though. To be honest, I mean,
But also,
they're a regular
yeah,
season team to me.
well, I agree, but I've been in Houston since '94, and but what James Harden is doing, what he was doing before. I mean, after the game, he going to the strip club, he hanging out in his bubble. He is focused and serious. You can't go outside the bubble. I think that you're seeing a more mature him. I mean, they're doing this without Russell Westbrook, and I don't know how y'all feel about Russell Westbrook, but he's a dog. So I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know
but
how many guards in the league. I mean, I think Kawhi can guard him, but that's for the Clippers. I think LeBron can guard him because he's strong enough. But I don't. You tell me how many people can stop Russell Westbrook and get to the rim and all those shooters you have on the perimeter.
Russell
It's just
Westbrook,
when
But we didn't.
Russell Westbrook he is his own worst enemy. So I don't never count him in the equation. He'll find a way to blow it, just like with the
Not
rest
only
of
that,
Houston.
we're not questioning the offense of either of these guys. These guys are two future Hall of Famers. Like I said, I'm talking about defense, man. If you come back down to the Lakers with an AD or anybody down low, they're gonna pound them down low, dude. Houston just do not play defense. And when you get down to the semifinals and the finals, man, you got to play defense to win it. You're not going to count on trying to score 150 points and think you're going to win a championship. It's not going to happen. It hasn't happened in the past,
Terry,
and it's not going to happen now.
you're talking to a person that played at Treadwell High School that was all about defense. So I know all what you're saying.
Well,
I'm just saying that
you,
Shout out to
and keep in
Treadwell.
mind,
basketball,
look, yeah,
if they
but
shoot,
you played at Treadwell,
if
but
they
you played at Treadwell High School
20,
30 years ago. Okay, you played 30 years
but
ago.
it's still
Okay,
defense. Defense is defense.
philosophies
But
change. Philosophies change.
but if the Rockets, if they make 25 threes a game, you know how many points that is? Just on threes?
You just said if, man.
Yeah,
I remember last year. I remember last year, Game 7 or something. Was it last year, the year before last,
Missed
where
26 in a
they was
row,
like
didn't
what? They missed by 20. Yeah, they missed by
it? In a
23
row.
pointers, man, in a row.
Hey, but
But
it was the Western
that's the
Conference
same team we
Finals.
bragging about.
I don't think it's
They were
gonna be
still
too
in the
much of a
Western
difference
Conference
this year. I
Finals.
think they gonna put up points, and I just still feel like in the end they gonna lose. But we'll discuss that on another show. We kind of running over the time limit we set for this show. But Terry, I want you to briefly get into your finals pick. Who you said was gonna be in the finals, and then I'm gonna come to you, Tim, give you a little time to think about it. We already went over this on our first show, but Terry, I just want you to go over it again right quick. Your two teams that you think going to the finals.
Well, I chose the Clippers coming out of the West. I think they're on a crash course with the Lakers. I just don't think the Lakers have enough depth. Their bench is going to be their problem. If they get in any kind of foul trouble or bad shooting night by either AD or King James, they're done. They do not have the depth to keep up with a Clippers team. And to me, and this is just my personal opinion, um, until LeBron uh, lets AD become the alpha dog and plays off of him, I don't think it's going to work anyway. And Game 2 that happened yesterday proved that. He came out with a lot of intensity, a lot of energy, and he fell back. And LeBron didn't have that many stats, but you can tell that AD put his blueprint on that game. So, but I am taking the Clippers for that reason to outlast the Lakers coming out of the West. And on the East, I got to come with. I know a lot of people hollering about Boston, man, but they sleeping on Toronto. Even without Kawhi, Toronto is still a formidable team, and they're good. They're well coached. They play together and all that. So I'm saying Kawhi is going to win the NBA championship by beating his former team in which he was a part of a championship last year. So that's my storyline, and I'm sticking with it.
I'm gonna just say this: if it come down to that, I already told you. I'm going for Toronto over them, but I'm taking, and we can go back and look at the film. I'm taking my Lakers and Prince James against Toronto. I think that's what I said, and I think I'm gonna stick with it after seeing these first games. Now, Tim, you had a little time to think about it. You probably, I know, I'm pretty sure you're gonna say Houston out the West, but give us your, just give us a quick synopsis of who you got for the NBA Finals this year and why.
My finals, I believe Toronto because they are a team. I mean, they really play team basketball. So I think Toronto out the East. And yes, my pick, my mind, my eyes tell me it's going to be the Clippers because when you have two alpha dogs that can defend and Harold come off the bench, that's just a beast. But my heart just tells me the Rockets because I just like you know I like small ball. I mean, in my high school career, my college career, we played small ball, so I believe in it. But can you win your championship? We're gonna see. So I answered that question, Daryl, with Toronto and either the Clippers or the Rockets because they're gonna have to beat the Lakers to get to the Clippers. So it's gonna be
Hey,
that's
we don't straddle the fence on this show. You pick
what
one or the other one. We don't straddle the fence. You got to make your pick.
okay. Say Toronto and Houston.
Well, you made a bad pick, son. But like we always say, Terry, your pick is your
Hey,
pick.
ladies and gentlemen, he is a guest. He's a guest on the show. We anything that
Well,
he says
Terry
has nothing to do with me and Daryl.
said you made a pick that didn't work out either.
Hey, man, we going to have to end the show now. Tim, we appreciate you calling in from Houston. Terry, it's always a pleasure doing the show with you. And we hope you guys enjoyed it. I know, like I said, we do this for fun. We have so much fun recording this. And we're going to have to get out a bloopers reel, a pre-production reel or something because we have so much fun before and after the shows. You guys wouldn't believe it, but we try to put on a good show for you guys. And I just want to thank everybody who tuned in to take the time to watch it and be on the lookout for In the Clutch Sports. You know, it's not just sports talk. We're going to talk about other stuff. We got Sharita's show enough commentary. We got some other stuff coming. So just be on the lookout and ready. You know, we looking to do bigger and better things. And I just appreciate all you guys. Anything you want
I
to say,
appreciate you
Terry?
guys too. You guys take care. Hey, no, before we leave, Tim, we want to invite you back to the show, man. Me and Daryl was talking about doing a Treadwell reunion, man, with a lot of the old Treadwell guys, and we're starting our own Hall of Fame uh, thing where we're looking at stats and how you were as a person and all that to try to start an induction process of some of the Treadwell people. So it'd be great to have you guys back on the show. Talk about some old Penny Hardaway stories, Elliot Perry. Even some of you, some stories about you and some of your accolades from back in the day. But we'll be interested in you coming back to the show and help
Terry,
making that happen.
Terry, you being pretty nice because behind the scenes you told me let Tim know he ain't no Hall of Famer.
Hey, don't put me on the front street. No, he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I told him that yesterday, so he knows that. He has
But
to wait
but
until
hey,
he hears that knock on the door. He's not in. Tim, hold on. Be
ladies and
very
gentlemen,
quiet. Do you hear a knock on the
no one
door?
has to no one has to tell Tim Burrell he was the first ballot. But Tim Burrell, one thing he was at Treadwell was a winner. You put my
Yes.
winning up against anybody that came to Treadwell because we went down. What's that road, Terry? What's that road, Terry? 40 going which way?
Are you right?
East.
No. Right. But
And
keep in mind,
I made so
you know what,
I
Tim?
mean I may not be
Everything
first,
you saying, oh, it's great, it's great. But those words won't get you into the hall. It won't get you into the Hall of Fame.
hey, I might not go this year, but I'll be in there.
He said he just want to get in. He don't care when he get in. He just want to get in.
Well, he definitely
Yeah, hey,
deserves to be there.
like,
But he
hey, I'm
definitely
like Drew
deserves to
Pearson.
be there. But our show is about being real. I'm not gonna sit up there and sugarcoat and tell you you're gonna be a first ballot. So just don't listen for that knock on the door for the first year, and we'll talk about
Hey,
it next year.
I'm like I'm like Drew Pearson. If I get in as seniors, I'm good.
Hopefully we can get
But
the
once an
ball.
Eagle,
But anyway, man,
always an Eagle. So
Yeah, hopefully we can get the ball rolling on that. It's just something that we doing for Treadwell, because we want to get some of the old players on, just reminisce about, the past, some of the, what we went through. And I want to give a shout out to Coach Curry. Coach Curry meant a lot to a lot of basketball players, a lot of students. He wasn't just a coach; he was a mentor. He was a problem solver. He was a dad to a lot of people, and I think he was underrated in coaching accolades. I think he was underrated in the support he got as being a mentor to us and all of that. And I just want to make sure we always shout him out. And because some of the
yeah,
things that
rest in peace, Coach.
rest in peace, Coach
Rest in
Curry,
peace, Coach.
and all the things that he ever did
hey,
for me
hey,
and the talks we had, I'll never forget them.
you see this jersey? This jersey over my shoulder was given to me by Coach Curry. So it's special to me, and that's the actual jersey that I wore at Treadwell. And Coach Curry went to the top of the gym, where the warehouse was, where we had our
Yeah.
stuff, and gave me this jersey. So he believes that I was a integral part of Treadwell. So if I'm in Coach Curry's Hall of Fame, Terry, I'm all good.
Oh man,
All right.
that
Sounds
says a
good.
lot right there. Well, with that, we're gonna have other shows. We're gonna revisit all of this stuff. I just want to say thank you again to everybody who's tuning in, and I just want to say to these guys, I appreciate y'all. Terry, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate your input in the show, and everything that we trying to do. Like I said, we have more fun doing this. And we just enjoy it, and we're gonna have more guests on here. But for right now, we just gonna say peace out to everybody. Let me try to find peace out to everybody. Y'all have a wonderful day, and check out the new episode coming out.
Take care, gentlemen.